Thursday night in June of 1988. Sally Weiner got a telephone call at her Corey, Pennsylvania home.
Hello?
It was her congressman's office calling to say that her husband, Harry, who was a vice president of the local bank and a civic leader, had just been chosen as Corey's Man of the Year.
The caller instructed her not to let on to her husband, as it was supposed to be a surprise, and that she was to meet someone the following day to go over the plans for this celebration.
The next day, Harry Weiner got a telephone call at the bank.
We know it's a tape-recorded call because there's no interaction between Harry and Sally. He's trying to talk to her, and she's not responding. She just continues to talk.
She had to read that if her husband didn't come up with the money, why they'd cut off her hands.
She told him in detail, you know, that she was being held and these people were dangerous and they were going to kill her if he didn't provide the money.
Sally told him there was a bag under his car with instructions that he was to follow exactly, or she would be killed. The ransom note told Harry to fill the gym bag with all of the money from his bank's vault and drive to a deserted bridge 10 miles outside of town to await further instructions. Harry immediately contacted the local police and FBI. They told him to drive to the back of the police station and pick up a law enforcement officer.
He got into the car and laid down in the back seat with a 12-gauge shotgun.
When Harry arrived at the railroad bridge, no one was there, so he waited with the sharpshooter in the back seat and with FBI agents hiding in the woods nearby.
You just sit there very quietly, you don't move, and you listen. And you listen for any kind of footstep, any kind of twig breaking, any kind of noise, hoping that he might contact us, but thinking that he's probably within 100 yards of us watching with a rifle.
After waiting for several hours, the FBI agents told Harry to go home and await further word there.
I felt very sorry for him. He is a very good person. And he was frustrated, and he was being patient, and he was reasonable.
The next day at sunrise, the FBI performed a grid search of the drop site. And near the railroad underpass, they found a second ransom note attached to a metal rod with a crepe paper flag.
The rods we recognized as being rods that were used in filing cabinets, older filing cabinets that slid through the drawers of the filing cabinets from the front to the rear.
But the sign wasn't easy to see, which is why Harry missed it the night before. The second ransom note told Harry to proceed to another location several miles from there, where the FBI found a third note telling Harry to proceed to an abandoned church 3 miles away. That's where the trail stopped.
He could observe Harry traveling through the countryside there, and he could also watch for surveillance units and police who might be following him.
18 hours had passed from the time Sally was kidnapped. With no further word from the kidnappers, investigators feared the worst. 36-year-old Sally Weiner, the wife of a bank vice president, had been kidnapped and held for ransom. Investigators learned that neither Sally nor her husband Harry had any known enemies.
You can count on just a couple fingers the number of cases that you see where a bank employee's family member is abducted in exchange for financial gain. It just is not a common crime.
Police found Sally's car near a church not far from her husband's bank.
Her car is left in that parking lot. The windows are up and the doors are locked. So there's no sign of a struggle in any respect.
All day Saturday, which was the day after the kidnapping, there was no further communication from the kidnappers. But on Sunday, Sally's body was discovered by a farmer working his land a few miles outside of town. She had been killed by a single gunshot wound to the head.
I remember being in shock. I felt guilty and helpless.
She was executed.
The killer used a glazier-type bullet that exploded on impact, making it impossible to determine the weapon's caliber.
Sally Weiner was killed by a gunshot wound to the head, which produced extensive brain damage. A bullet entered in the occipital region, which is the rear part of the skull, slightly to the right of the midline.